This is Marcus from MT3 Travels. Here I am, just sitting in my car, thinking about useful things that I can share with you about travel. And today I just want to hone in a little bit on cruising. Anybody that knows me knows that I love cruising. My wife and I, we cruise as often as we can, and we've been on several of them. When I started my travel business, one of the things that I wanted to make sure that MT3 Travels would be, I wanted to make sure that it was a resource for people. It's not about how much money I can get or how popular or famous my company can be. None of that is in my mind ever, and I doubt it ever will be. But it is something where I want to make sure that I'm a resource and a tool for people who want to travel and who like to travel and who can have a reliable person that's trustworthy and honest that can help you along in your journey. So that's why I started my business. And I want to just tell you just briefly about the different classes of cruise lines, because there are several different classes of cruise lines. So that first level of cruise line really is what the industry would call your mega ships or your contemporary cruise lines. And those are those cruise lines that everybody would think of when you initially think about cruising. So Royal Caribbean, Carnival, Norwegian, Disney, MSC maybe. These are your standard ships that cater to families. They all have their separate uniqueness about them, but overall fun experiences for good family trips. But there's actually a step up above the mega cruise line, and those are your premium cruise lines. Now, your premium cruise lines will just have a slightly elevated, in my mind, a slightly elevated experience, where by design, you may have elevated dining experience, elevated onboard experience. They may cater to an older crowd, but they will still be similar to what a mega ships will be, the big ships, but that just kind of have a different kind of catering to older people and a little bit more refined experience. That's your Celebrity Cruise Line, your Holland Cruise Line, your Princess Cruise Line, which so happens to be my wife and I's kind of cruise of choice right now, and we enjoy going on Princess, but that's your premium cruise line. Then there's a step up from even your premium cruise lines, where you get just a little more elevated experience. But these aren't necessarily luxury cruise lines. They're not quite luxury, where you will have luxury experiences on them, but they don't fit in that category of luxury, but they are more luxury than the premium cruise lines. And so that cruise lines like Oceania, Viking can fit in that, and Viking can be a hybrid in another line too. I'll talk about that in a second. Azamara is kind of like Viking. These are going to be typically your smaller ships. The higher you go in class, the smaller the ships are. And so Oceania, Viking, Azamara, not quite luxury, but you can definitely have a luxury experience in them. And then there's just another, I'm gonna say it's not luxury either, but it's a different kind. It's expedition cruises. And that's where Azamara and Viking can still sit in this, that class of cruises. But these are expedition where they are more culturally immersive by design. You kind of go into places. Hurtigan is one of those cruise lines. Go to Antarctica and different places like that. That just kind of give cruisers a different kind of experience if you're looking for something different. But then there is the luxury cruise line. And like I said, the higher you go, the smaller the ships are. And so in your luxury cruise line, you have like Regent Seven Seas, you have Cunard, you have Silver Seas, you have Seaburn. There are just a few more lines that are in that luxury where you're going to have that real luxury experience. Small ships for sure. It's going to be overall elevated experience over some of the other cruise lines. But all these cruise lines are unique, and it just depends on where you are in your cruising journey. And so when people ask me which cruise line's the best, I can't answer that, because it really is about where you are in your journey. I can't say that enough. It's such an individual thing. And so this is why I exist in this space, to be a resource for people. So anytime you're looking at cruises, anytime you want to talk through some of those kinds of things, give me a call, shoot me a text, message me on Facebook or Instagram or whatever it is, and I'm happy to talk through some of those things.